Yeah, what's up, guy? Lockdown day 40, and I think we've arrived at 40 days. And seriously, I don't think there's really much that I can talk about now. So this might be the end of the daily lockdowns. I'll have to see how it goes. But thanks for everybody who's been joining me on these daily videos. It's been very refreshing to do, to try and bring some news and update you. And I will continue to do that. I just don't know whether they'll be daily anymore because it's taken so much time out of my day and to do this. And it looks like also it's going to go on for far more longer than what I first thought it was going to be. So anyway, let's move on and really talk about the meeting yesterday with the Premier League. I know I did a video on it yesterday, but I think we all went into it thinking it was something else because lo and behold, we get to find out that not only was the Premiership there, but there was people from racing, Formula One was there, people from rugby was there as well, and there was all these different kind of, I think cricket, they were there, people from those governing bodies. And what it turned out was that the Premier League had come out and said in the first 5 minutes that actually this isn't about bringing football back, this is about getting the players back into training. So this whole hoo-ha of this is going to be a meeting on the 1st of May, which we've been waiting for a month, only turns out to be a meeting that they're going to talk about getting players back into training. You know what I think? I think they've heard the backlash of the players, the fans, the media, the government, and I think they've listened to all of that. And I think that the FA came into this feeling a bit guilty. I just think that the FA is downplaying what they really want, which is they want football back. And they made some statements yesterday, and some of the statements were, we're not going to go back and play football until the medical experts tell us that it's safe enough to do so. Again, this is something which I talked about. Boris Johnson has the control over. He has the control to just put a stop to this and say there's going to be no sports until September. Yeah, he has that power. So to be honest, I think I left that meeting yesterday thinking this is a shit show and it's got to stop and someone's got to stop this circus and it's got to be Boris Johnson. And I kind of did say that yesterday, but now I'm listening to all these guys who were just playing around with people's lives. I'm also going to talk about David Ornstein's meeting at the Arsenal Supporters Trust meeting yesterday. And he really came out of that with, and remember, he doesn't work for the BBC anymore, yeah? He came out of that talking about the players are really afraid. He backed up what Sergio Aguero was talking about. And he said these players are afraid, and the reason why they're afraid is because they fear that they're going to be going home, giving it to their family, the elderly members of their families. Now, when you're concerned about your family, and when you're saying to your trainers and medical staff that you're not going to come back, yes, that has been quoted as well. We've heard quotes from David Ornstein saying that some players will refuse to come back. I just don't know where that leaves the sport, because the rush of you trying to push everything back in, you don't have the commitments, and you don't have the right also to tell players to turn up and play an event in a worldwide pandemic. Nobody does. Your job, the people who you work for, have a right to protect you, not a right to try and give a close to the season so that somebody can lift a trophy. I think we're seeing a disparity between all different parties, and the FA is starting to show their true colours, as well as the Premier League, and it doesn't look good. But anyway, the F1 side of it, Formula One are talking about they're still trying to hold a Formula One Grand Prix. And look, one of the things that I heard many of the governing bodies talk about is, as far as football goes, they're saying that they need to do 40,000 tests, yeah, virus tests, in order to ensure that nobody's got it. Well, look, there are 40,000 people out there who are working in essential business that needed to be tested first, yeah? Sport is a luxury, yeah? Sport is something that should always be secondary to what is going on in the world right now. What is going on in the world there should be an importance of families, important essential workers, and the people who are providing a service to this country. Sport is a luxury on every level. You are not essential. You are not important. Right now, you are secondary to what's going on in the UK. And my message to everybody out there in all those governing bodies is sit down, do not try to plan anything, because this virus doesn't know no color, no creed, no nationality, no wealth. It doesn't know that. All it understands is to attack. And it doesn't care if you're in a rush to get back. You will be making a huge mistake. And as I said, we are by far over from what's going on right now. We're probably in the middle of the ballpark, and we should not be planning. Planning should only take place when we're on the tail end of this. We all had a look at the Arsenal training ground. There was 2 guys that were running around on the field. There was 8 cars, and that's including the medical staff and the training people that were there. So on a day where people were supposed to be coming back, there was hardly anybody there. And that tells you that the players are just not interested in coming back right now. It's volatile out there, and nobody wants to take any chances. Man, it feels like I'm repeating myself sometimes when we're talking about this. Because why are we having this conversation about sport when it's just really not important? It's, right now, is that something that we should be focusing on right now in a worldwide pandemic? We all know the answer's no. So I think that that didn't surprise me when the Premier League walked in there and was having those conversations. It really didn't surprise me at all. They're downplaying the whole thing because they look guilty. And that's the bottom line. And I don't really have anything else to say on the matter, because you guys know I talked yesterday about it. And today I just really wanted to summarize what that meeting was about. And it really is about greed and nothing else. It's not about entertainment. You guys have got far too much entertainment at the tip of your fingers at home. Everybody right now has enough entertainment, and there's enough sport. Remember, Sky Sports are doing a rebate. They're shutting down payments on all sports while the virus is on. So if you go to their website now and you click rebate or Sky Sports holiday, they will not charge you for Sky Sports. So you can still have all the sport content on there, but you just won't get charged for it until things go back to normal. So it's not going to cost anybody anything. And I think that we need to take this with what it is. We need to treat this like the urgency it is, and focus on people's lives, families, and the players who care more about their health and the people they love than running out on the field and trying to infect. And look, let's bring this to FC Cologne. FC Cologne in Germany have already reported 3 players, and I think there's a coach as well, that have got the coronavirus. So right now you're talking about 3 players in their squad are going to be quarantined for 14 days. In many instances, we've seen people take weeks, month, up to 7 weeks to recover from this. So we can't be talking about 14-day quarantines when people have got it, because we have no idea of the severity. So guys, listen, I'm going to leave it right there. Thanks for everyone who's supporting the channel. Please like and subscribe. And when I can, I will give you daily content. The show's going to be on Sunday, so I'll see you guys all on the live podcast tomorrow night. But overall, guys, listen, stay safe. Hashtag stay home. Hashtag with me. Peace, and I'm out.